When we're fucking live, because I can't.
Hello, folks. I'm Tommy NC 2010, and welcome back to another awesome episode of Tommy Talks, live from Western North Carolina. I bring you the interviews because you want to hear them. And I'm Tommy NC 2010. This is the bottom line. And today we have on one only, the insane man of insanity, and the guy that just won't stop going after Keemstar and then spreading the insanity. Tommy C. from Shot from the Point.
I was not expecting
that. And tonight, this is going to be electrifying. Today, this is going to be electrifying. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Tommy C. and Colossal is Crazy.
Hello. How are you?
Hello. How are you doing today? Thank you so much, Colossal, for coming on the show. We really do.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Absolutely my pleasure for having me on. Thank you so much.
And the folks, reason why Colossal is not showing his face is because Colossal.
I'm just too fucking beautiful for the camera. That's why.
Okay.
Tommy, are you sure we're live? Is there one more button you got to hit?
No, we're live. We're live.
Because it's not broadcasting, my friend.
Oh, really? That's brilliant.
Let me check.
It says live on our end, but I don't see the link to it.
Check the chat. Check the chat in the video. That will be able to tell you.
All right. Hold on. Looks like we're good. No, we're in there.
Oh, right. So Tommy, you've just fucked it up for like the rest of the fucking video just because you said that.
Well,
well done, Tom.
Well,
congratulations, Shot from the Point.
Everybody's at me.
What's with the lightning avatar, by the way? I've always wanted to ask that. Like, why? Okay, you've got your face, right, with the beard, like with the epic beard, and then there's like lightning going across your face. Like, what the fuck is up with that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Why have you done it, Tommy? I've always wanted to ask this question.
I'm a badass on my Twitter feed. I got lightning going across. I'm a badass.
Yeah, you look like Lightning McQueen from that fucking Disney movie. What the fuck?
What are you picking on me for? The one time I interrupted.
I'm not picking on you. Well, it's because Keemstar's not here, right? Because
my turn.
I need Keemstar to be here. This is the thing. Like, I need someone to pick on constantly. Well, I can't pick on Tommy. Tommy's too nice. This is going to get confusing quite quickly. Like, what should I call you two? Because I can't call you both Tommy. It's going to get very fucking confusing.
Tommy NC. You can call me Tommy NC. That's chill.
I guess.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I'm going to call you Tommy NC. And I'm going to call the other Tommy Lightning McQueen, because this is a good name for him. How's that?
And I just spat up snot on my jacket because I was watching your baited podcast episode, and that graphic just made me laugh. I just realized a gigantic gob of snot on my jacket, and I was just like...
Wait, you've got... I can't see the screen. You've got a gob of, like, snot, as you put it on your jacket right now.
I did. I just wiped it off.
Oh, God. That's brilliant. All right. Fair enough. Okay. Shall we get this interview underway?
Okay. I'm going to start with you, Colossal. I'll go back and forth. I'll ask you a question, then I'll ask Tommy. I'll ask you two questions, and then I'll ask Tommy one question, then I'll go back and forth. Cha-ching, ba-boom, bada-bing.
Gotcha. Makes perfect sense.
Yes. Okay. Colossal, what inspired you to be here on YouTube?
I was fucking bored, so I decided to create a YouTube channel. That is the answer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now this might be a controversial question, and don't be offended by this question. Now, what separates you from Leafy's channel?
I'm better.
Huh?
I'm better.
You're better?
That's
now,
it.
would you consider your channel a hate channel, or what would you consider your channel?
Oh, fuck. Like, I know I've had this argument on the Baited podcast already, but inadvertently it is, and I know Keemstar loves this word, inadvertently, I do consider it a hate channel to some degree, because I'm not saying anything positive about the YouTuber or the person I'm talking about. So in that sense, there's nothing positive about that channel I'm talking about, and so really, yeah, I guess you would call it a hate channel. Now, I do hide behind this kind of like shield of satire, and I do most of my structure of my video, and in fact the entire purpose of my video is for entertainment purposes. Like, it's mostly jokes. But at the same time, am I really saying anything positive about the person I'm talking about? And when it comes down to fundamentals, I don't think I am. I don't think I am. So when you ask, it's a difficult question, and it's not a short question to answer. But when you say, is my channel a hate channel? Unfortunately, I've got to answer, yes, to some degree, it is. It is.
Why is criticism hate? Why is criticism hate? I know you personally.
I am not just criticizing these YouTubers. Now, if I say, oh, this is where this YouTuber fucked up, right? And here's what he's done wrong, and this is why it's wrong, then yeah, that's just criticism. But I'm not just doing that, Tom. What I'm doing is also making jokes and insults about this YouTuber. I am not saying, well, barely anything positive about the particular YouTuber I'm talking about. And so if it's not hate, I don't know what it is. It's certainly not love. It's certainly not appreciation. It's certainly not compliments. Yes, it is criticisms, but it's not just criticism. It's also a lot of negativity. And I don't make any excuses for that. Like, I know hate is a very strong word, and people have this stigma regarding the word hate. And a lot of people, this is the thing, hate is over-dramatized, and people take that out of proportion. But at the end of the day, it's not, if it's not liking this YouTuber, it is hating on them. Unfortunately, it is. Now, I'm not saying I hate on them to a certain degree as other YouTubers do, or indeed people do, but it is hating on them one way or another. Unfortunately, it is.
Okay. Wow.
That was a very long fucking answer. I'm sorry for that.
That's all right. Colossal, you're definitely very well put together. You're well spoken, man.
I'm very well put together. I actually do 200 press-ups per day. If you're interested, yeah. Well, I'm not saying like interested sexually, but like just in case you're interested to fucking know, I do 200 press-ups a day. So yeah, wow. I am very well put together. Yeah.
Who do you press? Wine to mouth? I mean, glass to mouth? Is that what kind of press-ups?
Oh, I do a bit of that as well. Like, I get off work and I was like, I've got to have a couple beers, and like I've had like 4 before doing this interview today. So if I'm slurring my words, well, I don't make any apology for it because like it's been a long fucking day, right? But like, yeah, I may be a bit drunk right now. This is the thing.
Wow. Now, Tommy, here's my 2 questions for you. What inspired you to be here on YouTube?
What I'm gonna actually steal some for Colossal. It's true. I love the sound of my own voice to some extent. Not literally, but I like hearing myself talk and pontificate. Initially, it was almost. I grew up in the New York area, and I listened to sports talk radio, and I absolutely despise sports talk radio. I can't stand those guys. I would prank them a lot of the time, and I hate it so much that I wanted to do my own sports talk radio, but do it badly, deliberately, so in one day become so famous where I completely delegitimize all sports talk radio around the world, and nobody likes it anymore. That is my plan. So I got into YouTube so I can destroy an entire genre of sports talk radio in the States. I want sports talk radio and sports journalists to be seen as used car salesmen and ambulance chasing lawyers. That's why I got into YouTube. I want to destroy everything.
Now, you do different genres of stuff on your channel. What is your particular favorite genre to do on your channel?
Whatever gets the most hits.
It's all about the views. This Tommy is Lightning McQueen. Is all about the fucking views.
I like money, and I like money, and I like views, and I like attention, and I especially like loose women that are sending me nude pictures.
You're married, you idiot.
She doesn't care. She thinks it's funny, and she has no idea what it is.
What a nice woman. I don't know how anyone will put up with you, to be honest. It's the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah, exactly.
That was my reference to Tommy on the Baited podcast. Every time you and Keeper talking, Tommy's just like.
I sound like Cesar Romero from Batman. You know, the Joker from Batman. That's where you're going. About
some people love your laugh, and some people hate it. It's kind of like Marmite, really. I love your laugh. I think it's brilliant because I hate my own, and that's why you never hear me fucking laugh.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the reasons, and because I'm dead as a stone, so that's also why you don't hear me laugh. But yeah, I love your laugh. I don't know why people hate it. I don't know why people have this negative stigma regarding it. It's crazy.
I get more positive than negative. I mean, it is the type of thing. My personality, like somebody told me once, one of my closest friends, he said, Tommy, I've never heard anybody say you're okay. They either have absolute contempt for you or you're the greatest guy in the world. I don't have a neutral effect on people. It's pretty.
You are Marmite. People either love you or hate you, and there's nothing in between.
And that's fine because hate's fun.
Now here's a question for both of you. What's your guys' opinion on working with Keemstar? Is it easy or is it difficult?
It's fucking difficult, but it's worth it. That's my statement on it. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy. And every Baited episode, I come away and I am physically exhausted. Like, I go running a lot, and I do quite a lot of exercise. But after every Baited podcast, I am physically exhausted. It's the equivalent of running a 10K. It's literally the equivalent of running a 10K. Speaking to Keemstar, so when you speak to him for absolutely so fucking tiring. And I'm like this. I'm becoming an alcoholic almost because like every episode I've got to drink something before I go on this fucking podcast. So yeah, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it. Like what love or hate Keemstar, I can honestly tell you from behind the scenes that he is literally the most fun guy I have ever spoken to. He is the most entertaining guy I have ever spoken to. And I've spoken to a lot of people throughout my 252 dinosaur fucking years. But I've spoken to a lot of people, and Keemstar is generally the person I have the most fun speaking to. Like, it's exhausting, but it's very, very fucking entertaining, and the end result is always fantastic. So I will say that for Keemstar. He is generally, and okay, I'm going to make a huge statement here, and people are going to probably criticize me for it, but this is a huge statement. But let me give it. Keemstar is generally the most entertaining person on YouTube, in my opinion. Like, he is the most entertaining person. I'm not saying he's the nicest person. I'm not saying he's the most accurate person. I'm not saying any of that shit. I do genuinely think he is the most entertaining, and it's so much fucking fun being involved in anything to do with it. Like, he's not a nice guy. I don't think he's a nice guy, right? I think I've said this to him personally. That I don't genuinely think he's a nice guy. Like, he has done nice things, but ultimately he's not a nice guy. He's a bit of a cunt, like I'm a bit of a cunt. But he's so fucking entertaining, and nothing you can say about Keemstar will ever take that away. He is entertaining. I'll let Tommy speak for a bit.
I agree with most of what Colossal says. I mean, I do think he's one of the most entertaining people on YouTube. I was a fan of I was certainly a fan of Drama Alert well before the incident that brought me and Keem together, which is pretty much about you, Tommy. But he is funny, and he reminds me of a few people I grew up with. But I think he's starting to be difficult. But I think me and Colossal, I mean, I think he's been more because Colossal's been with him longer.
He is incredibly difficult, Tommy. He is incredibly difficult to work with, to speak to on a regular basis. He's not easy. You need a lot of patience to deal with Keemstar. My point is, it's worth it. It's so worth it at the end of the day.
On you than he is on me, though. I don't even know if he likes me.
He does like you. He does like you.
The thing is, like, I always like to say, like, because I take a lot of heat. I think there's a lot more to Dan than meets the eye. I mean, we can go on about all the lousy stuff he does, the rotten stuff, and we can talk about the good stuff. But one of the things that I noticed that really caught my eye is Keem is a tremendous father. I remember watching one of his streams on Streamy, and his daughter walked in, and basically when he's doing Streamy, he's working, and he didn't get mad. He just got upset. His face lit up, and he smiled real big, and his daughter was there. She was kind of being mischievous. And he just handled it so well. And I don't know if I would have, if my wife would have walked in, I might have been like, I might have lost it. I might have been like Robert De Niro in The King of Comedy. Mom, I'm doing my show. You know, it might have been something like that. But Keem handled it so well. So there are some good sides to Keem, but he is intense as he is entertaining. And I agree with you, Colossal. He's one of the most entertaining.
This is an important. You made an important point there, because I think a lot of people truly think that people, what they appear on camera, what they appear on the internet, is what they reflect in real life. And that is not true. Like I truly believe Keemstar in real life is not the persona he portrays online. He's a very different person, I think. This is a theory. And from speaking to him in some private conversations, I truly believe that it's two different people. Like Keemstar and Daniel Keem are very, very different. They are the same entity, but they are not the same. Like they're not identical twins. They're twins, if I can give an analogy. You can have sometimes twins, but not identical twins, and that's the same thing, same concept with Keemstar and Daniel Keem, and they're very different. I don't think Daniel Keem as a person is a bad guy, essentially. But Keemstar is a bad guy. He's a complete dickhead, and that's why a lot of people love him. He's very aggressive, very aggressive. He is narcissistic. He is very, very egotistical. He says so fucking impulsive it hurts. Like some of the things he does, are you even thinking before you do these things? It's like working with him from a business perspective, and I use business loosely, is like a constant battle each day, because he will do something without ever talking to anyone. Like, well, let's take just today. He posted, now there was this controversy with a video Leafy just posted, where he's talking about a kid in a somewhat negative light. Now, I had recently said on the podcast that Leafy was going to make a conscious effort not to make these videos on children anymore. Now, what happened is someone uploaded a clip from this podcast where he twisted my words, literally by cutting and pasting, that I had said, I am 100% sure that Leafy will not make a video on a kid. And that is not true. That is not what I said. I said that he was going to be making a conscious effort not to do it, and that I was 100% sure that he was going to do that. And I stand by that point. I am still 100% sure he is going to do that. And, are we still online? I'm sorry, I can't hear any background noise. All right, sorry. And, okay, no problem. And I still stand by this point. And he even says in the video, to add further proof to my statement, that he is genuinely making a conscious effort not to make videos like this. The problem is, someone uploaded that video and they cut my clip, and what transpired is Keemstar, instead of tweeting it out on his own Twitter, he posted it on the baited Twitter. What Keemstar didn't even realize, and I don't think Tommy, did you even realize that this clip had been cut?
No, I didn't, because I spent I was in a last night defending you. If you go down my timeline, I thought it was a direct quote. I was there when the conversation happened, but I didn't. Even in the even the way it was stated, I am 100% sure that he's. Well, I mean, that only means that Leafy promised you something that didn't go through. It doesn't mean that you lied.
He did not. No. He did not promise me that he was never going to make a video on a kid again, and this is what I said in the podcast. I said that I am 100% sure he is going to make an actual effort, a conscious effort, not to make a video on a child again. That is literally word for word what I said. The fact that it was twisted and cut and manipulated, I mean, I forgive this. There's no problem. I got very little hate for this. But it was cut by this guy, and Keemstar ran with it, and every single reply to that tweet was like, oh, no, it's not cut. There was not, until I actually pointed out that this clip was cut, nobody said a word. And it just goes to show how easy it is to take something out of context. How easy it is to cut something, paste something onto a clip and make someone sound bad. If I hadn't have seen the tweet and responded to it, I think this would have genuinely been in the minds of most people who saw that video. Like, this is literally what I said, when that is not the case at all.
Well, you should go down my timeline. Because I thought the clip...
I did go down your timeline, and thank you for defending me.
Yeah,
I'm not upset with you at all in any
no,
way.
no.
In fact,
See, here's the thing. Even and he apparently he didn't promise you, but even if that was the case, that means Leafy promised you. You did nothing wrong. The fact, I mean, this guy who I thought was a prick too, because he sent me the damn tweet as well directly,
yeah,
and I just said it's like I go it doesn't mean anything.
yeah,
Worst case scenario, I said worst case scenario, Leafy didn't do what he said he was going to do. I don't understand why this makes Colossal a liar, and I don't appreciate you making him out to be a liar because he's one of the most
right.
honest people I know. But I mean,
It was a very manipulative
yeah,
clip, and I didn't have too many problems with this guy. Right, he probably never even considered that this tweet would blow up and
yeah.
people would notice it. The fact he did send it to Keem, and Keem posted it on the Baited podcast because Keem didn't realize it was cut. Like, I literally spoke to Keemstar today, and it was like, "Oh wait, was this clip cut?" And I was like, "Yeah, it was fucking cut. Like, it was literally cut." And it's just weird. So even the fact that you two were both in the podcast at the time, like you were there when the conversation was happening. I mean, you guys, anyone watching this, can go and watch the fucking episode of the podcast and see for themselves that what I'm saying is true. Like, it was cut. Even though you two were there, you still didn't realize that this clip was cut. So my point is, like, if you didn't realize, and everyone who saw that fucking tweet didn't realize it, and I was the one who had to point it out, that's just how fucking easy it is to take something out of context and for people to believe that what you're saying, even though it's cut, is true. It's a really, really interesting argument. I think this has happened to a lot of people. I even think this has happened, I mean, ironically, this has actually happened to Keemstar several times. Like, he's had a clip taken out of context, and he's had his own clips cut, and people have used that as evidence against him, and it's just not true. And this is my first experience with it, maybe. But it's very interesting to see until you actually point it out. And in many examples, like, I'm rambling for too long. I apologize for this. I know I'm going over this point over and over again. I just want to get this clear. Like, if just for the fact that because this clip is cut and so many people have seen it, until someone actually points it out, you don't realize it's real.
Mm.
This is the problem. Big problem with YouTube, I think.
Now, Colossal, I spotted something about your channel, and the one thing I noticed was your thumbnail, and I know what that's from, actually. It's one of my all-time favorite movies from my childhood, The Brave Little Toaster. It's when the toaster's having the nightmare, and he sees the clown, and the clown says, "Run."
That's it. Yeah. Exactly. Now, I always wanted, well, no, actually, no, this is a lie. I originally chose the avatar for my main YouTube as Nigel Thornberry, only because it's one of the few memes, like, I don't like memes in general, like, I just fucking hate them. I just think they're just really cringe. And, well, I've got a very low tolerance for cringe, because I even find the word cringe. So, I don't like memes in general. I like to create them, but I don't like to jump on other people's. But the one meme that I really liked was the Nigel Thornberry one. I thought it was fucking genius at the time. So I had this fucking, and because I sound a bit like Nigel Thornberry, from the Wild Thornberrys, or at least people said I did, I chose that as my avatar. But I always wanted a fucking clown as my avatar, because I think a clown best represents what I do. I mean, my main purpose with YouTube is to entertain not just other people, but primarily myself. So, I mean, that's what a clown does. What is a clown's role in the community? It is to entertain others. So that's why I wanted a clown. Now, I always loved that movie, The Brave Little Toaster. I thought it was a great fucking movie. It's a great fucking 90s movie. I'm a big fan of those 90s cartoons. I mean, that's when cartoons were fucking great. I love those cartoons. So when I saw that, I remember that clown scene, and that was one of those fucking scenes that really, like, stuck with me over time, because, like, for a kids movie, this is when kids cartoons didn't pander to anybody. Like, you watch fucking cartoons nowadays, they pander to fucking children. But back then, they didn't fucking pander at all. And that's what I love about those cartoons. And that fucking scene stuck with me because I was genuinely terrified as a kid watching that cartoon.
Oh yeah, most definitely. When I watched that scene, that scared the crap out of me.
It
was brutal.
I gotta dive in here, Tommy. I also noticed you used probably the most horrifying cartoon of all time, a clip from Watership Down, which is more my generation.
Oh yeah, I mean, I love that cartoon as well. I mean, that's a bit before my time, but I have seen it. Like, that was I love the book as well, obviously, and I love that cartoon because that cartoon didn't pander to anybody.
I've been
It's
dying.
almost that's not even a children's cartoon. I don't think that's a fucking adult's cartoon.
I was in a daycare center when I was a kid, and they're like, "Oh," I was like, "Wow, rat," because it was like Easter, and somebody put it on like
Right.
his last day before he went on Easter break, and all these rabbits are killing each other, and there's blood and guts, and
It's brilliant. I love that shit. I love that fucked up, like, gory shit. I always did. I remember, like, back in school, I actually got in a lot of trouble because I must have been like 7, 8 years old, and all the kids in the school were writing. Because this is like one of my big passions is like writing. I've always wanted to write a novel. I'm actually working on a novel right now, but my biggest passion is to write a novel. And so even back then, when I was 8 years old, we were tasked to write these short stories, and everyone was writing about, flying up to the clouds in balloons and like having a birthday party and those types of children's stories, right? And I was writing about like almost like I want to say I haven't read it at the time, but I want to say like Lord of the Rings type stuff, like fantasy type stuff. I like fighting giant scorpions and shit like that. And I was writing back then, and I actually got like in a lot of fucking trouble for writing those stories. So I was always attracted to like that really messed up, gory fucking shit. Like it's like that was my thing. Maybe I've got like a psychological complex. Like as a child, I was really interested in like that fucked up shit.
Yeah,
I'm a creepy clown, yeah. And I'm still, to this day, I'm interested in like that. Like I have this really fucked up sense of humor. Like I find things that aren't meant to be funny. Like I always find that. Like I'm not saying like fat woman falls off a bike, like ha ha ha, that's not fucking funny. Like I'm saying like if I see, I can't give an example, but like if I see something that's meant to be like not funny at all, and it's like kind of fucked up, like I will laugh at that. Like that's one of the few occasions I will laugh at that. Maybe I'm kind of messed up, but like I find that genuinely funny.
Yeah. All right, Tommy, you can have your interview back.
Yeah, sorry. We've taken over.
Sorry.
It's like the basic podcast all over
Like the
again.
podcast. They just
It
interrupt.
is.
You mean everybody talks over Tommy, and then Tommy just sits there and laughs.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. But we're kind of doing the same to you. I apologize for that. It's like we can't help it at this point. Like, we're too used to it. With Keemstar, I've done it again. With Keemstar, right? If you don't jump over a conversation with Keemstar, you will. I told this Tommy. If you don't jump over a conversation with Keemstar, he will talk for the entire episode. So you've got to jump in there. You've got to put your fucking nails in. Get your fucking argument in. Otherwise, Keemstar will literally just talk for an hour. Literally.
He does like to talk.
Now, Tommy, this is a question for you. Now, to your rise to fame here on YouTube, you've worked with.
Go ahead. It's just not to hear that, but go ahead.
Your rise to fame here on YouTube, you've worked with a few people. You've worked with the Joe Cronin Show. Did you like working with the Joe Cronin Show?
I liked it until it went sour. Yeah, I thought it was, especially on Monetize This, I really enjoyed it, but I didn't like it at the end, not at all. But rarely do people like what's at the end before you leave something.
I understand. Now, question for you both. Do you think that the Baited podcast is going to last?
That's such a fucking hard question.
Sorry for the language, folks.
Yeah, I want to say yes. I do want to say yes because I genuinely enjoy doing it, and I think people enjoy watching it, so I want it to last. Is it going to get to a point where Keemstar and I just fucking lose it with each other? Potentially. There is that possibility. There is always that possibility it goes too far. Because what you see and what you listen to, rather, in the podcast is authentic. Like, we're not exaggerating when we have these arguments. Like, these are legitimate arguments. Now, I'm not going to say that if this was a private conversation, I wouldn't hit Keem as hard as I do, and Keem wouldn't hit me as hard as he does. I'm not going to say that. But in a sort of way, there's no difference, really. It's not disparaging. Like, the arguments are genuine. They're not staged. Nobody has said, right, we need a huge argument today to make this podcast popular. The arguments happen naturally. And I think that's why they're popular, because you can tell they are natural. They aren't forced. These are genuine opinions. Nobody's opinion is forced upon them. Like, everything is real. Everything is real. So do I think the podcast is going to last? I hope so. Do I think so? I don't know.
Now, here's the thing, Colossal. with your thumbnail being technically somebody else's image, do you think you could honestly do you think that the people have you tried to contact any of the people that have for that artwork? If you get big, I know you have a big YouTube channel, but has anybody ever tried to contact you about the artwork that you used for the thumbnail from the Brave Little Toaster character?
I mean, nobody's contacted me regarding that, but I mean, you're insinuating that potentially there's merchandise opportunities. Is that what you're referencing?
Well, or I'm referencing, copyright. With copyright issues, are you ever worried about that?
I don't think having an avatar for a YouTube channel could be considered copyright. Now, I'm not a lawyer. I just genuinely don't think just because you use an avatar from a TV show that's like nearly 30 years old, I really genuinely don't think that you can get called out on copyright for that. Now, in terms of merchandise in T-shirts and stuff, this is not something I'm ever thinking about, and something that I won't do. Now, I'm not against T-shirts and merchandise per se. It's just not the right fit for me. I'm not interested in doing that.
Okay. Now, okay, here's a question I want to ask you, Colossal. I've always wanted to do, I like doing movie reviews. Would you ever consider doing a collaboration on your channel of doing a review of the Brave Little Toaster, me and you?
I would love to do more movie reviews. Unfortunately, it's impossible to get away with these days because of the copyright claims. I actually did 2 movie reviews in the past on my channel. Some people have seen them, but most people haven't. And these were 2 very, very not very well-known movies called The Brothers Grimm and what's it called? In the Name of the King. The first one by Yui Bong. And both of those videos, and I love those videos, I would love to do more of these movie reviews, but both of those videos got copyright claims, and there's very little you can do about it. Now, people like I Hate Everything are getting away with making movie reviews and criticizing movies, and I've yet to speak to him to ask how he's actually getting away with it.
He's not. He's been in and out. He's had trouble, been shut down.
He's been in and out, but he has got away with it with some movies. So he has got a few methods to kind of hide behind the scenes. But at the end of the day, in conclusion, there's like no real way to talk about a movie negatively or positively even, with providing clips of this movie and get away with it and not get a copyright claim. Like, there's got to be a way around it, but right now there isn't. Now, I've seen that guy with glasses, I can't remember his fucking name.
Nostalgia Critic, Doug Walker.
The Nostalgia Critic, right? He's recently made a video, I think it was like 5-6 months ago, saying that things are beginning to change, like the policies regarding these being able to talk about a movie in a negative light and provide clips of that movie, as long as it's not showing the beginning, the middle, and end of that movie, it might be acceptable in the future. And at that point, I definitely want to consider, making more movie reviews, because I love those 2 videos I did, and I think a lot of people who saw them like them too, and I'd love to do more of it. But at the moment, there's nothing to be done. So while I'd love to do a movie review with you, Tommy, on this Brave Little Toaster thing, we physically can't, because I know instantly that this video is going to get copyright claimed. Now, am I going to do it for free? Yes, absolutely, because I've got the Amazing Atheist out there like that. I know it's monetized, but I don't receive any of that monetization. I don't get any money for that. So I can do that. The problem is, if you get too many of those, it does start to negatively affect your channel, and that's not what I want. At the end of the day, it's just not worth it.
You don't want to work with Colossal because he's a perfectionist. He will take hours and hours on end. How long does it take you to edit the Baited podcast, Colossal?
7 hours. 7
hours, that's insane. If you get involved with him, Tommy, you will lose your mind. He's too picky. Everything's got to be... Have you seen this man's video? They take days. Hey, when's your Fousey 2 video coming out?
It's like 70% done.
70%? How long have you been working on it?
About 60 hours.
You want to work with this man, Tommy? He's insane.
Yeah.
I like insane. I think insane is funny. And the one thing I was talking about, Colossal, is not doing me and you doing like a podcast on your channel We have pictures of the different pictures of the brave little toaster, and
Okay.
that,
Okay, hypothetically, if we did this, I'd be happy. Sorry, not willing is not it. Happy to do it with you on my second channel, Colossal is Lazy. What I don't want to do with Colossal is Crazy, my main channel, is water down the content.
Yeah.
I want my content to be boom video, consistently good. Every single upload. My main goal, my main aim with YouTube is to make each video better than the last. And like this is an impossible goal really, because it's like it gets to a point where it's like so fucking difficult. And I haven't managed it anyway because honestly I feel like my best videos is the Lion Maker one, and obviously I've uploaded videos after that. So I mean I haven't stuck to that at all. But my goal is to make each video better than the last. So I wouldn't do it on my main channel where I like to keep the content consistently good and the best I can do, and I put a lot of work into it. I do it on the second channel, Colossal is Lazy, where I'm going to be uploading, shit posting basically, videos. The problem I've had with a lot of my channel, with a lot of my videos is I get to a video, like take this FouseyTube video for instance, like all this shit has gone down like 3 weeks before I can, well more than that, like a month now, before I even uploaded the fucking video. So I've missed the opportunity here a bit. Now I don't care really because I know this video is good. I know it's going to be entertaining. I know I cover more things than anyone else has covered before regarding the FouseyTube, but it's like a total all-encompassing video regarding the FouseyTube situation. But the problem is I have missed the boat on it. So what I want to do, and this is what the beta podcast is a good medium for, because I can literally get in and talk about those issues as they're fucking happening, like on the fucking day, the day after, 2 days after. You know, that's what the beta podcast is for, really. But I want to do that on a second channel, where as something happens, I talk about that, that content, what's happening, exactly that. The video's not going to be as good, right? It's not going to be all-encompassing. It's not going to be very well edited. It's not going to be as entertaining as the one on my Colossal is Crazy channel, but it is going to be relevant to the time, and that's what I'm missing at the moment. That's the opportunity I'm neglecting. And so on a second channel, I can get away with that. But what I will not ever do, is water down the quality of content I have on my main channel. For me, that is very much quality over quantity, whereas the YouTube algorithm favors the quantity over quality. I'm missing that aspect, and while I won't apply that to my first channel, I will apply it to my second channel.
Tommy, have you been insane yet?
What?
The man means every word he says.
Now this is a question for both of you. If you could throw any famous YouTuber down a flight of stairs, who would you throw down a flight of stairs?
Well, right now for me it's FouseyTube. I mean, I genuinely dislike this guy. I don't dislike anyone on YouTube. I don't think, like even Lion Maker, right? I mean, I genuinely think, I don't know for a fact, but I genuinely think he's a pedophile. I don't hate the guy, but I do honestly hate FouseyTube. I think he is scum, and so yeah, FouseyTube, fuck him, let him die.
How about you, Tommy?
A dead on Dave, because it'd just be funny to watch his fat ass roll down the stairs. Not that I hate him and I don't even want anything bad. It'd just be funny to watch him fall down the stairs.
It'd be funny to shoot him with a tranquilizer because it'd be like a...
Right now. He's in a lot of pain right now. He probably doesn't find that funny at all. But no, it's like... in like a comical way, sort of like, you know, when the Roadrunner or the Coyote goes over the cliff. You know, it's funny. You know, I kind of want. It's Dead on Dave. That's the Dead on Dave of Dead on Dave Productions.
Well, you know, to make him less suffer, you just shoot him with a couple of tranquilizer, and it's so it's like watching an elephant go. I
wouldn't want this really to happen, but I want to see it. You know what I mean?
You just have to animate it. That's the only way you can do it.
Animate it.
So if any of Colossal's fan or Tommy's fans animate this, you know, maybe Colossal or Tommy throwing down these YouTubers on a flight of stairs and have like an animated GIF or something like that. You know, you go ahead, start your magic. You know, because it would be.
I'm all for it. Definitely, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
You down the stairs would make my fucking day.
Also, we got to talk to that guy that did that animation. Excuse me, animation for us. and we could like
Which one are we considering? The one in the last YouTube video?
Yes. Yeah.
No, because I can't. He's made another animation from like last episode, but I can't use it because Keemstar got really like, oh, sorry, this is me, maybe I'll do it now in the animation. He had a little cry to me about that.
I didn't know we were going to talk.
I do appreciate it from Keemstar's perspective. Like if he's not happy with it, like okay, we won't do it. But I want to include, because this guy's fucking great, and he can do it so quickly as well. I want to include his animation at the beginning of every baited episode, but Keemstar doesn't like it because he's a gnome. Oh, so it's a shame, really. So if he's listening to this, like, if you don't put Keemstar as a gnome, we can put you in at the beginning of each episode. But we can't because Keemstar's not happy being a gnome.
I know. Colossal. I told Tommy, he's kind of like he's kind of like my protector. He kind of he's kind of like Nicky from the movie Casino. Or he's like the crazy guy Tommy from Goodfellas. And every time, like, I'm Robert De Niro, and when somebody messes with me, and somebody's pushing me around, Tommy will come around and he'll just start shoving back, and he's just like, "You want a piece of him? I'll give you." He's like, for instance, like say,
Tommy is that kind of person, I think. Sorry, not Tommy, but Lightning McQueen Tommy.
Yes.
He's that kind of person. Like he sees like one of his friends getting shit on or whatever, or getting criticized. Like he's the first person to come in. Like this was nothing. This recent thing on Twitter where I can't remember what I fucking did now. Like so a clip of mine was taken out of context, and Tommy was the first person to jump in and defend me. Like I didn't ask him to do this, right? But he like wrote like, how many fucking tweets did you write, Tommy? Like what the fuck? Like he wrote like 20 tweets saying, Colossal's a good guy. He didn't do this. Like
the thing is, I was in a bar, and like it must have been so funny to watch me drink because I was just hitting the beers, and I was standing there just smoking cigarettes and hitting my phone because I was so mad. It must have been really.
That's the kind of person he is. Like this is the guy you want in your fucking corner. This is the guy you want in your fucking corner, definitely, 100%. So I agree with you, Tommy and C, absolutely.
It's my Irish heritage. I like to fight, and some of it I get pure joy from.
Wait, I thought you were Italian.
Yeah, I like to fight, and I like to fight for a good cause. Not I don't like to see people getting abused. I like to bully bullies. That's always been my theme. I'm a bullier bully. I'm not a big believer in crying about harassment and crying about bullying. My thing is you find a bully on the internet and you bully him back into submission. That's the way I do things. I don't go crying to YouTube and say.
What's your view on the whole trolling kids thing?
Of bullying kids on the internet?
Not bullying, but let's say talking about them in the negative light. What's your view on it? Both of you.
Me? I'm sorry. Did you ask Tommy and see that question? I apologize. Did I just step on you? Or?
I mean, I was mainly asking Tommy, yeah.
What I think about bullying on the internet, I think it's really wrong. I think the fact that there is a limit to what you could say about a person, I think that people are just, no one's perfect. People are just trying to make content here on YouTube. They're trying to stick out. They're trying to be different than the other person. And that the fact that this person is jealous and that they want to just bully this kid because they're actually making content, and that person is lazy and won't pick up a camera and will just go to his keyboard and start saying, "Oh, you're a fat. Go drink bleach," and stuff like that.
Isn't that what I do? Though, kind of.
Well, I consider what you told. I remember in a private conversation. If you care, if I say that
Of course. No, go ahead.
You told me that the difference between what you do, what Leafy does, and what you do is you don't target children. You target older adults, males, and that they're channels that deserve to be criticized. You said to me at one point.
Yeah.
And that these are challenge channels, and of course one channel I think particularly I wish you didn't target, but you did, was the Angry Grandpa Show. I think they're kind of funny. There's nothing wrong with their channel. They're pretty good. I've always wanted to meet Michael. He actually lives in South Carolina. I've always wanted to meet him in person and meet Grandpa before he passes away.
Well, I've got him as a contact on Twitter. I would certainly ask him for you.
I would love that. I would love to meet Michael and Grandpa in person. It would be one of the most amazing videos ever to meet Grandpa, because I know I'm not trying to be critical, but the man doesn't look too, the way he smokes like a chimney, and I hate to see him, maybe miss that chance before something ever happens to him, and I don't want to talk negative about him, but, Grandpa is not exactly healthy, him, and I'd love to meet Michael, and I definitely, of course, Bridget, oh my gosh, her voice just, she has her own channel, but no, she has
It's pretty bad.
Bridget Western, I'm like, you have your own channel, Bridget. Sorry.
Yes. Look, the thing is with those the people, the Andrew Grandpa show, Pickleboy, whatever his fuck is, like, they loved that video, and I think they took it with a pinch of salt. Like, they understood the joke, they understood that it was satire. I wasn't really calling them out for anything, that they're just kind of like unhealthy, really. And the videos are, to me, now, if you enjoy the videos, I personally don't enjoy the videos. I think the content is not good. I think these are challenges mostly that.
I have an announcement. I have to interrupt you.
Colossal,
yeah. I have to interrupt you. I have a very, very important announcement. I am now sending the link to Keemstar as we speak.
All right, he's joining. All right.
Yes, he's joining. So I think, and then we're gonna have the whole baited podcast. A whole baited podcast here. Keem, I sent it.
I'm not recording or anything, so it's kind of fun. Should I hit record? No, I'm not going to hit record. We'll save it. We'll save it for another day.
Well, if you guys want to make this a part of the baited podcast, you're welcome.
I haven't recorded anything. I haven't got anything recorded. But well, I suppose we can use just the footage. It's not going to be the great audio quality, but yeah, I suppose we can use it.
It's not the
Doesn't matter. Let's see what happens.
I think it'd be funny to have Keem. That'd be kind of funny. I just said, if you're listening, I sent it in your DM. So this ought to be terribly interesting.
Oh yes, I have thought about having Keem back on the show because I interviewed him on the smaller channel, and that was back when I'm actually renting a building right now here in Black Mountain, actually, and that's why I have such good Wi-Fi right now.
Oh, why do you have good Wi-Fi now? Because you live in the middle of nowhere.
I'm renting a building here in Black Mountain right now.
Oh, you're renting a building.
Yes.
There he is.
Dude, what?
Has he joined? What is up?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Hello, Keemstar. How are you doing today?
I just wanted to point out the audio quality on this stream is absolutely fucking horrible. Tommy,
oh, right. You
echoing.
don't need to fucking criticize him as soon as you...
Yeah. His shit is echoing so bad. And Clown, you sound like you're in fucking, like a war zone over in the Middle East. Like, what the hell is going on? The audio quality on this stream is complete AIDS.
All right, well, don't fucking criticize as soon as you jump into the call, Keemstar.
All you do, your whole career is based on criticizing people, and now you're going to criticize me for criticizing you. That's fucking bullshit.
This is a friendly chat, though. This isn't like...
A friendly chat? I just heard Tommy say that he wants to fucking see Grandpa before he dies. Are you kidding me?
That's not bad. That's probably fine. I'm going to set up... Like, Keemstar, can we set up this meeting for, like, him and Grandpa? I think that's a good fucking...
Yeah, definitely. I'll actually tweet Mike right now and make it happen.
Yeah, see, good guy Keem. Hashtag.
I mean, I don't want to make it sound negative like that, but I know that Grandpa is not exactly the healthiest person in the world, and it'll be one of my bucket list things to meet Angry Grandpa Mike.
Yeah, I would love for you to see it if you're a big fan. Like, I'm not a big fan. Like, I don't think he's entertaining at all. But if you like him, I think that's great, and you should meet him.
Yes. Now, Keem, how have you been doing? Because I understand that you've been publicly attacked a lot recently. How have you been doing with all this?
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
Hey, I'm an interviewer. I'm a journalist.
Everything has been just fine. You know, every time when I get depressed and, you know, get a little down, I just look at my bank account and see all those zeros and realize I'm better than everyone else.
Yes, he does.
There you go.
Oh, jeez.
Entertaining, Tommy.
What?
I told you he's entertaining. And I gotta say this about Daniel Keem. He is not a phony. Now you can say a lot of things about Dan, but he's not a phony. He is who he appears to be.
But he is a cunt. He is a cunt.
Oh yeah, that's true. I didn't say anything about that, but I just say, I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting. Are you guys? You'd mentioned before Colossal, but I'm getting. You guys are setting it up. These are fake fights, stuff like that. It's just simply not.
Fake.
I had actually said.
Wait. Somebody said in the chat, Keemstar's pulling the success card.
I had actually said that.
Keemstar's got a poker deck. I mean, it's got the fucking success card. It's got the victim card. What's next?
I got a fucking whole deck, dude.
I had actually said that I had thought that the argument between you and Colossal about when Colossal said you criticize people, I thought that was fake. I thought that was staged. I thought
it wasn't staged at all. Not even remotely.
Obviously, this is some type of revenge because I thought your autism was staged.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
No, it's not staged now, of course.
Yeah, high functioning autism, and you don't even delete the tweets that, and everybody likes them still.
I didn't know that you wanted me to delete the tweets.
I DM'd you. I asked him. I said very nicely. I said, Keem, would you mind deleting your old tweets, the where you were criticizing me and talking down about me, saying I was faking autism, which clearly I have high functioning autism, and
I'm dyslexic. Maybe I read it backwards, saying keep the tweets up forever.
It's a fair point. Keemstar, do you regret that? Out of interest.
Yeah,
making these claims.
Do I regret what?
Stating that Tommy was playing up this autism.
Of course not. Of course not. Of course not.
Why not? I don't understand that at all. Because, like, look, let's face it. Now, you've never told.
Look, here. Let me explain myself. Okay. Do I regret saying that Tommy might be faking his autism? No, I do not, and I'll tell you why. Because I actively sought out the answer and came to a conclusion that that was not true, and I told everyone it wasn't true. I came on Tommy's show and said, okay, he has autism. And if I never called Tommy out for faking autism or thinking that he was faking autism, I never would have met Tommy C. Beta Podcast wouldn't be the way it is. You got to understand that just because you're wrong doesn't mean that you did something wrong, as long as you acknowledge the fact that you are wrong. Now, we live in a community here where you got motherfuckers calling people out for shit that they know isn't true, grade A, liar A, all right? And he hasn't acknowledged that he was wrong, all right? So he was wrong, all right? If he would upload a video and say, look, I said this stuff about Keemstar, I knew it was incorrect, it's not true, and corrected it, would he be wrong in the whole situation? Not if he has come to the conclusion that he admitted that he was wrong.
Well, that was smooth, Keem. That was really well done.
That was very smooth.
That was really good.
That was very. He's clearly thought about this. He's clearly.
I thought about it right now.
That's good. Hey,
Keem, did you ever apologize to Tommy?
Yes, he did. He did. I can confirm that.
That's good.
He did apologize.
And you accepted his apology, Tommy?
Yes, I gladly accepted his apology, but with his words are strong as stones, but that has still tainted my image here on YouTube with people following in your words and trying to say that I'm a phony and that I'm just a piece of shit, and that I'm not going to give shout-outs to people that talk crap about me, but certain people that watch your show have definitely tried making videos to try to say that I'm a phony, and I have apologized, 1, to the internet, and 2, to Crystal for what happened that night in that hotel room when we did that drunk review.
Did you ever hook up with Crystal?
No, we're just friends, and we hang out.
Did you grab her fun bags?
No. No, Keem. We've
Finger banger? Finger banger?
Okay, let me tell you something, Keem. Let me tell you something. I have in the past. That wasn't just a special. That wasn't just. I have gotten drunk in the past on live broadcasts. I'm going to put that out there. I have gotten drunk in the past on live broadcasts before I made it big here.
I'm drunk right now. There's nothing wrong with it.
If you look at some of our old broadcasts, if you look at some of the older videos that I have made in the past with Crystal, we have done a segment called the Drunk Hangout, where we got drunk at her house and we were drinking. We were having an amazing time, and you know.
Did you have sex?
Nope. Nope. Even if
What's the matter with you?
Have you ever seen Crystal's boob?
No, I have not. I wouldn't disclose that with you, even.
Okay, so maybe you have seen Crystal's boob, but you're just not giving it to us real.
No, honestly, I love Crystal as a friend, and I respect her with every inch of who she is.
Right, but what I'm saying is, like, if Crystal wanted to hook up, would you hook up with her?
Yes, most definitely. I would definitely hook up with her.
You would grab those boobs. Why haven't you made the next move? Why haven't you?
It's just such personal questions, Keemstar.
Yeah,
Who cares? Well, you know, okay.
Such personal questions.
Look, I'm telling you right now, all right? I saw the video of Tommy and Crystal drunk, wasted, and Tommy was touchy-feely. He was going in there. You could tell Tommy wants to ravish that Crystal poo-tang, all right? But he's just not making the goddamn moves.
Yeah.
Because I'm a gentleman. I'm not an asshole. I don't
He's a
push
gentleman.
myself. I don't push myself onto women. You know, I'm not.
But you did in that video.
I was drunk. Okay, people make mistakes. Keem, you make mistakes.
Well, maybe that's the secret. Maybe you
Start
need to
making a
have.
mistake right now, Tommy, so don't even worry about it.
Maybe that's the secret, Tommy. Maybe you need to have Crystal over, and you need to challenge her to like do 10 shots of vodka or something.
Yeah.
You know, if you watch an interview that I did with Crystal, you could see that I made a mistake where she said she was a. You know, you could watch and you can look if as being a journalist, you would look through my channel and see that I interviewed Crystal and she talked about her life, and that the only reason we got drunk that night was because I thought she was moving away, and you know I overacted with the.
Tommy, you have nothing to apologize for. Keemstar's going to be like a relationship advisor now as well.
Hey, here's another thing. I got something to say about this. Like I know. Look, Keem's job on Drama Alert is to talk about it. Tommy lost about some subs that week. I get that. That's where I've kind of forgiven Keem and this whole thing. But you know, I find it bizarre that there's like slight, very light sexual activity going on his channel. He's drunk with a girl. Why does everybody get mad at Tommy? I don't understand that. Like,
I think it's because Keem isn't getting any right now. I want to hear you say otherwise.
Why does the YouTube community seem to be upset with Tommy, rubbing up on a girl? I don't get that. They should be like, I don't know, when my friends.
They think, okay, I'm gonna say this.
High fives, man, high fives everywhere.
The legitimate opinion. Everybody thinks that a guy like me that has disability shouldn't be dating a girl, that I should be in a home drooling and going like this.
No, that's not it. That's not it. The internet wants to see you score, all right? They want to see you score, but it's so goddamn risky because if you fail, then you're the laughing stock, all right?
That's the way it is. It's a risk.
But they want to see you. They want to see you make that advancement. They want to see you going for the kill.
The thing with me is I've been in past relationships. I have dated girls in the past.
Yeah, right.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, right.
How dare you?
I have. I've dated. I've had my ups and downs with relationships. I dated a girl who was once taller than me in high school. I looked like her son. I look like her son when I stood next to her.
Laughing. Why is he laughing?
Because who was the girl? Was it like was it your mom?
No.
Yeah, knock it off. Come on.
I'm just saying he's dating. How do you? Okay, Tommy is like 6 feet. Tommy, how tall are you?
I guess 6'11".
Exactly. Okay, yeah, he
You're
dated a girl
6'11"?
taller than him. He dated a girl taller than him. Bullshit.
Not 6'11".
Tommy, you're 6'11"?
No, he's not. The Undertaker's friggin' 6'11", for Christ's sake.
The fuck? Are you like? Are you Shrek?
Tommy, how tall are you? You're 6 foot, right?
I don't know exactly. I don't have a measurement.
Tommy's about 5'10".
Well, look at your driver's license.
I don't have my actually. I don't want to disclose that right now, but I'm not actually wearing any pants right now.
What the fuck do you have on? Do you have a bulletproof vest on?
A combat vest, actually. I have a
What
combat.
the fuck? Stand up and take off your coat right now. Well, let's get a look at this.
Don't stand up, Tommy. If you're not
No,
wearing
don't
pants,
fuck
don't
you,
stand
clown.
up.
Let's stand up. Don't listen to the fucking clown. Stand up, Tommy.
Don't stand up.
Tommy, stand up and take off the coat. We want to see that goddamn vest.
He's trying to get into a striptease.
Tommy, end the
Tommy,
interview.
say something. Say something so you
He's
show
not
up
going
in
to
the
stop
main.
unless you end the interview, Tommy.
Oh, God. Oh.
What the fuck is that?
Tommy, end the interview.
I didn't even see it. I can't even see the screen, but I can just hear Keem screaming in the background.
Tommy, stand up or talk so you show up on the main.
Don't listen to Keemstar.
Tommy,
Don't do
end the
anything.
interview.
With
Say goodbye to everybody. It's been good. We did an hour.
Oh, my gosh.
Good job.
This is, oh, my God. I don't
Yo,
know.
I bet you Crystal would be getting wet if she saw that vest.
Stop. End the interview. Trust me, Tommy. Trust me, Tommy.
As always, folks, thank you so much for joining the show. I'm Tommy NC2010. I'm keeping you on the inside back. Check out Colossal. Colossal is crazy. Check out Tommy C. And if you want to, you can go check out the gnome over there.
Yeah, fucking rat. Tommy, thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you.
Tommy, thank